Go Pirates!
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings, featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
This is Pirate Radio, Pirate Radio.
Pirate.
Pirate.
Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, providing reliable utility solutions to the Greenville region since 1905. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Second chance with the Sweet 16. I hope your bracket is a little better than mine. I think Beavis and Butthead back there didn't have the audio going for the first part on the Facebook feed. So now we're back, huh? That's
we're good now,
baby. We're good. All right.
My fault, baby.
Okay.
That was my fault.
Yeah, they're both taking the blame, so you know something bad happened over there. But we're back now, and what you can do is you can write your answers in the Facebook comment line, right? You can, whatever you want to do. If you do it correctly, we'll put you in the contest. What we're scared of is because I'm not there to guide you, you might put something out of order, and I'll put some information in that we need, so just be aware of that. You can call in like the old days, 317-1250, 252-317-1250, and I will guide you through the contest. So we're going to give you some examples right now. We're going to have Clip and we're going to have Chandler go through what they're going to do. We're going to put them in the contest. We've got some special guests lined up too that we'll put into the contest. So this is how it goes. If you're listening to us and you're thinking, hey, it's too confusing, it's really not. You call in and I say, Clip Brock, you're on the air with us. Clip,
Hey, first time, long time.
The first time, long time is right. Actually, Beavis, you're on the air with us. All right, so I'll take you through each region. In the South, you've got Alabama, San Diego State, Creighton, and Princeton. Who's your pick there, Clip?
Roll Tide.
So Alabama gets the nod there. All right. Then in the East, you've still got Florida Atlantic, Tennessee, Kansas State, and Michigan State.
I'm going to go K-State. I like what I saw from them yesterday.
I got some good news and bad news for you, too, because so far we match, and that's bad news for you. All right, in the Midwest, you've got Houston, and you've got Miami in one bracket, one side, and Texas and Xavier in the other.
I don't need a second chance. I might want one here. I got Texas in my original bracket. Let's stick with them.
Wow, okay. And then in the West, you've got Arkansas and UConn. Saw Tristan Newton play a little bit.
Game.
That was fun.
That's
Gonzalez.
Great game.
Gonzalez.
I'll take Gonzalez.
I think because I saw Gonzalez play this weekend. Gonzaga and UCLA in the other half.
What a great bracket this is. Thursday night's going to be awesome. I had the Zags in my original bracket. Let's stick with them.
All right, so you're going to go with Gonzaga. All right, who wins the national semifinal between Texas and Gonzaga?
I got the Longhorns.
The Horns win there. And then between Alabama and Kansas State.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Who's your national champion?
God bless Texas.
Woo! God bless. I just got back from Austin, Texas. And those folks will be fired up if they win the national championship. And what's your total points in the championship game?
Let's go 71, 16, 137.
137. Okay, there you go. relatively low scoring, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, these tournament games have been relatively low scoring.
Texas and Alabama in the championship game, according to Clip Brock. Now, Chandler Honeycutt's also with us. If you're listening to us, you want to get into the contest, this is exactly how it will go when you call in. Again, the number 317-1250. We hope you will. You know, it's funny because when we first used to do this just on radio, we used to get swamped with calls. I think maybe that was because we were on at 7 o'clock, and maybe people are out eating lunch and they don't feel like thinking about it. But that's why we got some special
I
guests
am
on,
monitoring both Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you just put in your Final Four, championship game, winner, and points,
that's all you got to do.
Then you're in.
You kept it simple.
Put it there.
There you go. That's all you got to do. All right, Chandler, you're up. Here we go. In the South, you got Alabama, San Diego State, Creighton, and Princeton.
I'm going to go Alabama.
Alabama again. All right. In the East, you got Florida Atlantic, Tennessee, Kansas State, and Michigan State.
I'm going to go Rocky Top. Give me Tennessee.
Tennessee. Well, the folks at East Carolina that have Tennessee ties would like that pick. That makes a really cool SEC matchup in the Final Four. Midwest, you've got Houston and Miami, Texas, and Xavier.
Give me the Cougars. I'll go Houston.
Houston. I think Houston, I like Houston if they were healthy, but I'm just not sure they're healthy enough to win in the Midwest. And in the West, you've got Arkansas, UConn, Gonzaga, and UCLA.
I'm going to have to go with the team that I have winning it all in my bracket. I'm going to go Gonzaga.
The Zags finally get it done as a 3. That would be interesting. All right. Yeah. So between Gonzaga and Houston, you've got the Zags.
Yes.
All right. And then between Alabama and Tennessee,
Roll Tide.
You've got the Tide. And then in the national championship game, you have got Alabama and Gonzaga. You picking Gonzaga.
I'm going to stick with Gonzaga, yes.
And your total points would be?
I'm going to go, give me 142.
142. There you go. Well, good. All right, you're in.
All right. Simple as that.
We're in there. Shirley in there.
What do you got?
What have I got? I've got Alabama, K-State, Texas, and UCLA. That's my 4. And I've got Alabama to beat Texas. And 156 is my total points.
All right.
I was going to go over some of the things in my original bracket, and I used to be one of those guys that did like 5 or 6 brackets and try to, hook up with one. But once I figured out in life about 15 years ago that all my brackets were just bad, so just do one, have one painful bracket.
That's what you got to do.
So one bracket of my Sweet 16. This is the worst I think I've ever done. I only have 5 teams in the Sweet 16. That's almost. It's a little over 25%. 5 of 16. In the Elite 8, I have 3 of the 8, which is almost 50%, and I have 2 of the Final 4 still remaining. Alabama and Texas are still in it. So that's my original bracket. But, man, I can't believe, you try to go through and you pick some upsets, but the way this tournament went and the way teams lost games, my Virginia Cavaliers most certainly included, it was really just something else. All right,
I got some. You got the Facebook stuff. You want me to read these to you, Bailey?
I got it. I got Chad right here. Chad's in the contest. I'm ready to just go ahead and he just disappeared. Oh, there he is. He's back. All right, John Moody's in the contest too. So we're getting a bunch of. So nobody wants to go on the radio and talk with us. Let's see. John Moody has Bama, Michigan State. Is that right?
Yep.
All right, Michigan State,
Houston, UCLA.
Right. Okay. And UCLA knocks off Bama with 161 points. All right. So John Moody is in the contest. Chad Moore is in the contest with Alabama, Kansas State, Houston, and UCLA. And he'll take Alabama over Houston. His total points 143. Robert Matthews is in, but he didn't give us all the information we need, right?
So he's got Alabama, Tennessee, Miami, Gonzaga.
Who's that?
Robert Matthews. He's got it in 2 separate posts here.
Oh, I only have the first one.
Alabama,
Tennessee.
I got this.
I got the first one way up here, and the second one's down here. I got you now.
Miami, Gonzaga.
So he's in. He's good.
Well,
is he?
What's his championship game?
He has Tennessee beating somebody in the championship that we don't know of. But right now, if they win, he would win.
So Robert, you better scramble and get some stuff going on this thing.
Who plays Tennessee in the championship, Miami or Gonzaga, let us know.
Yes. Yeah, let us know on that. Thank you, Clip, for taking care of that part of our contest.
Call in, 317-12.
I know. It's so much easier if you call us and talk to us, and we'll talk you through it. But I kind of figured if we did it, I think last year we talked about doing it on the Facebook Live, and we decided not to because it would be too much of me.
Ready for Robert Matthews?
I see it. He's got Gonzaga.
Yep.
So there you go.
But he's got Tennessee winning it all.
Okay. So I'm going to let you figure that out.
I got it. You ready? You want
I'm going to write it down. I'll write it down right now.
All right. He's got Alabama, Tennessee, Miami, Gonzaga in the Final Four.
Well, ho. You were going way too fast. He's got who?
Alabama.
Okay. Alabama. All right.
Tennessee.
What you got after that?
Miami. Gonzaga.
And Gonzaga.
He's got Tennessee, Gonzaga in the championship with the Vols winning it all.
Tennessee and Gonzaga with the Vols. And his total points?
163.
Now, the only problem I'm seeing with this situation is that usually you get their phone numbers for me to contact them.
Yeah, well, we know these people.
Okay.
They're regulars.
Okay, good. Yeah, they're regulars. All right, good. Well, you're on. You're in. You're in the contest.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Okay, there you go. All right, Chad's in the contest, Robert's in the contest, John Moody's in the contest. So if we get somebody that is not a regular, we need to give us somehow that we can get in touch with you.
We'll figure it out.
All right, we'll figure it out. All right, again, we've got a great prize for you, a $100 gift card to anywhere in the world. It's a Visa $100 gift card, courtesy of our good friends at Greenville Auto World. We've got pizza for you from Papa John's. All you have to do, if you give us a call, we'll run down the deal for you. If you don't give us a call, you can go on our Facebook Live feed and you can write down your answers there, but you have to get all the answers right, and we may not be able to go through them again like we did with Robert, so that's a chance that you're going to have to take. So let's take a commercial break right now. We'll come back with more. Once again, it's the second chance with the Sweet 16 on this Monday. You look at your bracket, you know you're not going to win anything at all with your bracket, but you can with a second chance of the Sweet 16. We've got some special guests as well coming up. Back with more after this.
This is a Pirate Radio Sports Break presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville. Number 10 ECU extended its winning streak to 4 yesterday, completing a series sweep of Missouri State by winning 10-1 yesterday. The Pirates moved to 16-4 on the season, while the Bears fall to 11-8. Josh Groves earned his third win of the season, going 7 1/3 scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts. The Pirates will travel to Fayetteville on Wednesday to take on Campbell at 6 o'clock. The ECU softball team concluded the Jolly Roger Invite over the weekend by beating Presbyterian 9-8 at Max R. Joyner Stadium. The Pirates are 20-9 on the season and will travel to UNC Wilmington at 5 o'clock. And 13-seed ECU women's basketball team's remarkable season came to a close after a 79-40 loss to Texas in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Danae McNeil finished the game with the team-high 13 points, while Amaya Joyner finished with 10 points and 8 rebounds, while moving into third place on the ECU single-season rebounds list. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 40 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites like Cancun oysters, chili dog, costillas, and chili rellenos. The celebration doesn't stop with your favorite Mexican food. Drop in for one of those famous Chico's margaritas in the bar or outside on the patio. Hurry in, the celebration menu ends March 31st. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
This is Josh Moylan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community owned, community powered. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Second chance with the Sweet 16 on this Monday. You know, your bracket got busted, but we've still got a chance for you to win a great prize, a $100 Visa gift card, courtesy of Greenville Auto World. We've got pizza for you from Papa John's. So we've got all kinds of stuff going on. We've got lots of folks on the Facebook Live feed chiming in with their picks. Alabama is a unanimous pick so far to win in the South, so you know they're probably going to be upset at some point. Lots of votes for Kansas State in that East bracket. In the Midwest, Texas and Houston kind of splitting things up there. In the West, UCLA and Gonzaga are splitting things up there. All right, let's check in with our good friend Todd Gibson and get his picks, put him in the contest because he's been following some college basketball. Gibby, how are you today?
Doing fine, Brian. How you doing?
Not too bad. I just got back from Austin, Texas. I was with the ladies this weekend, and they didn't play real well. They didn't play real well in the game, but Texas was on a different level as far as. And I think the coaches, Kim McNeil, and everybody kind of said that after the game. But it was a great trip, great experience for the ladies. And as Kim McNeil said, they're hungrier now than they were when they left because they know what it takes to win at that level. So I think that it was a great trip for them. They deserved it.
Yeah, it was amazing to see them make the tournament and get in like that. That's good for the program. It's really good for the program.
How's things your way? Because you guys had crews in a couple places, didn't you?
Yeah, we had Chris went down to Orlando, and Jordan went out to Denver, and neither one could take the guys to the Sweet 16. How about that?
That's because they sent the wrong person, didn't they, Gib?
Exactly. No, I've been known to knock a few teams out during my years too.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was kind of surprising with Duke, but I didn't realize how good Tennessee was, and just watching the way they played, how physical they are, and they can shoot it too. So I was really surprised. I guess I just didn't know Tennessee was that good, but I do now for sure.
And there were a lot of folks thinking Duke would go a long way because Duke was playing its best basketball. Obviously, they won the ACC tournament. They clamped down on Virginia in that championship game, and they really looked good down the stretch.
Yeah, they were healthy. I mean, they finally gotten healthy, and the young guys, like Derek Lively and Dariq Whitehead, who never really got a chance to have a preseason because they were hurt. All of a sudden they're getting their bearings right and playing some good basketball, and then all of a sudden Tennessee just beat them up, and I was surprised about that. But give Tennessee credit now. They came out with a game plan and they executed it right to the T and knocked the Devils out of the tournament.
All right, before we get to your basketball picks, how about hockey? Talk about the Canes a little bit because I know you always have your finger on their pulse, and losing Svechnikov's really going to hurt. Can they overcome that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they at the trade deadline, they didn't bring in anybody they didn't bring in the big score that they were looking to bring in. I think they wanted to look for a second line center to plug in on that second line, and they didn't do that. But they got a good defenseman in Gostisbehere, brought him in, and that was good to get him because he can power play. He can hold down the second power play for the Kings. But they didn't go out. They didn't make any huge moves during the trade deadline. And then when Svechnikov went down a couple of days later, man, that just took the wind out of the whole organization.
Yeah.
Like I went to the press conference like the day of when they announced that he was out for the year, and you could just tell by the mannerisms that Rod Brind'Amour were interviewing him that he had the look of a coach that's like, what do we do now? And that's kind of where they are right now. But they're still playing some pretty good hockey, and it doesn't change the way they play. They have a unique style of play. It's full pressure the whole time, and whoever they plug in there is going to have to play that way. And that's how they win. They pressure teams. They overwhelm them with that pressure and score goals when they can, and then play good defense. And nothing will change as far as that goes. But goals are hard to come by in the NHL, and when you have one of your best players, if not your best player, get hurt now for the year, it's going to be tough sledding from here on out for the Canes.
It's much easier said than done. But all the guys said, well, it's the next man up, philosophy and that kind of thing. But that's, those are words. It's hard to replace a guy like Svechnikov.
Exactly. I mean, look in the NFL. Okay, Patrick Mahomes gets hurt. Okay, well, it's next man out. No, it doesn't work that way. But the next guy comes up, but you just can't replace a player like that. And we'll see what happens. I think they still got a good chance to win the first round of the playoffs. But the East is so tough. I mean, Boston is head and shoulders above everybody else, and now New Jersey and the Rangers both made really good moves at the trade deadline, and that's who the Canes will have to play before they get a chance to play Boston in the Eastern Final. So it's going to be some tough sledding, but they're capable. I mean, the way they play. If they get hot, and all you need in the NHL is in the playoffs is a really hot goalie, and if Freddie Anderson can get hot, they have a chance to go far.
Yeah, it's hard to believe you talk about a goalie getting hot, but for whatever reason, that's pretty much what happens sometimes. I mean, because that's got to be one of the toughest jobs in all of sports.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and those goalies, I tell you, they're kind of head cases, but they practice hard. When watching them at practice, they just the way they practice their art and everything. Every practice is the same way, same things that they work on, and they get mad in practice when they give up a goal. So we'll see. Freddie Anderson's a good goalie, a really good goalie. He's not elite. But if he gets it going and gets hot, I mean, he's done it before. So and that's what it's going to take for the Canes. He's going to have to get really, really hot for the Canes to go far in the playoffs now with Svechnikov out.
All right, Gibby, how was your original bracket fared in this tournament?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I did not pick a bracket.
Oh, there you go. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, at the station, Wes Hohenstein always gets the brackets out and everything, and I figured, well, I'll give everybody a chance this year.
Yeah.
So I just didn't. I passed on it, but I've been trying to keep up a little bit, and there's been some real surprises. I was trying to think to myself, how would I have picked there? I can tell you that I would not have had Kansas going very far, and Purdue, I would have them out pretty far, pretty early too, but not after round one. So those are two teams that I thought I would have probably picked not to go very far. I would have done okay there, but there's been some real surprises. There's been some really good surprises, and it's been kind of fun too, because you're seeing some other teams kind of step up right now and cause some trouble, and it's been fun to watch the tournament.
All right, let's go through Gibby's picks now, and Gibby, I'll walk you through them. So it's in the South, you've got Alabama against San Diego State, then Creighton against Princeton. Who do you have winning out of those four?
Well, I think Alabama, I was reading up on them. They're playing some great basketball right now. I'd have them beat San Diego State, although I watched San Diego State the other day, and I was impressed with them. They're really, really good. So you have Alabama moving there. And I think Creighton would beat Princeton, and I think the Tigers' run is going to end right now, and even if and that would be good for NC State, because obviously Creighton knocked off the Wolfpack in the first round, and State kind of hung in there with them a little bit. They played pretty tough with them, but I would say Creighton to knock off Princeton, and then Alabama to advance to the Final Four.
All right, Alabama gets the nod right there from Gibby in the South. In the East, you've got FAU, Florida Atlantic, a team heading to the American next year, by the way, as a 9. Tennessee's the 5. Kansas State is the 3. Michigan State is the 7. Tom Izzo and company back in the Sweet 16. Who you got coming out of the East?
Well, I have to like Tennessee, because just the way what they did to Duke, I was that surprised me how well they played in that and knocking off Duke. And people, I know it's been talked about right now. Tennessee, their best player is hurt, and they're not even playing with their best player. So it's amazing what they've done there. So I'll have them beating FAU. I don't know who to pick between Michigan State and Kansas State. I think Kansas State will win that one. The Big Ten hasn't been real good this year, so have Kansas State and Tennessee battling it out to the Final Four, and have Tennessee advance to the Final Four.
All right, you got Tennessee headed to the Final Four. A couple of people have picked Tennessee on that line. All right, in the Midwest, you've got Houston and Miami, and then Texas and Xavier.
Let's see here. Boy, it's hard to pick against Miami from the ACC, and that's the last team we have standing right there. And Houston's been really good all season long. Where did Houston come from? I mean, it's crazy how good Houston has gotten the last couple of years, isn't it?
Yeah, and they, Kelvin Sampson's a North Carolina guy, and he's got it rolling in Houston. If they were healthy, I think they may be the best team in the country, but they've got some injury issues right now. But they still could overcome that. Yeah,
well, I'll take them to beat Miami, have the Hurricanes' season come to an end. And then I'll go with Xavier down there, and then have Houston limping into the Final Four in that bracket.
All right, so you got Houston in the Midwest. We go to the West now, and it's Arkansas and UConn, Gonzaga and UCLA.
I like UConn. I like UConn a lot. The big guys playing well, and they got some shooters, so they'll beat Arkansas. And then I'm kind of tied on Gonzaga and UCLA. I'm kind of pulled there. I'll say Gonzaga will beat UCLA, and then that UConn will make their way onto the Final Four out of that bracket, out of the West bracket.
UConn with Tristan Newton, the former East Carolina Pirate, playing a role on that basketball team. All right, so now your first one of your national semifinals, you got Alabama and Tennessee. Who wins that game?
I think Alabama wins that one.
All right, and then the other half, you got Houston and UConn.
I think UConn pulls the upset and wins.
Wow. So, and now Alabama, UConn for the national championship.
We'll go with the Tide. It's terrible. The Tide is going to be good in basketball too.
Yeah.
It can't be good in both sports. It can't.
You wouldn't think. And the total points in the championship game, what do you got?
Oh boy, it's going to be a high-scoring affair. So, 161.
161 for Todd Gibson from WNCN. What's your spring looking like? You got a lot of baseball there too. Campbell's in the top 25 now. You got State Carolina playing pretty well.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to Segra Stadium, as a matter of fact, on Wednesday when the Pirates play Campbell. I want to get down to Campbell, and they got some players down there. Last year they had a player picked in the first round, and they got some other kids down there that they'll go high in the draft. But Campbell's got it going on down there, so I need to get down there and do a story on that. But yeah, we'll head over on Wednesday to Segra Stadium and get that Pirates and Campbell. Looking forward to that. So, but yeah, baseball right around the corner. Of course, we'll have the Mudcats and the Bulls coming up here pretty soon, and it's a good time of the year. It's a really good time of the year. It's funny when the basketball starts winding down. You got to look ahead, and we're so saturated with basketball with the three teams here locally all year long, and then all of a sudden it ends. It's kind of shocking. It's like, what do we do now?
Yeah.
But baseball coming up. We're looking forward to that. We got some good high school teams around this area too. So it's time to switch gears and head over to the baseball.
Yeah, Campbell and East Carolina, Segra Stadium coming up, and that's a nice. I haven't been there, but I hear great things about that stadium.
It's a good stadium. It's a really good stadium, and it's the grass in the infield's great. It's just got a good look, and it's kind of it has the older type stadium look to it, but it's new, and it's just really the sight lines throughout the whole stadium is nice, and they got some beer areas and stuff like that. So it's a really good stadium, and if people haven't been there before, I highly recommend they head out there because it's easy to get to, good parking right there, and it's a really neat stadium. They got some good food and good beer there too.
Yeah, there you go. Is there such a thing as a bad beer? Is there?
No, it's the free beer. I don't know if it's beer, but
that's the best beer. It's the free beer. Todd Gibson from WNCN. Gibby, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it, getting your picks in, and we will put you in the contest. We'll send you that prize if you win it. How about that?
Yep. Just send me the money when you can.
Yeah. Show me the money. All right, Todd Gibson joining us. Appreciate it, Gibby. Thanks so much. And he is in the contest with Alabama and UConn playing in the national championship. He had Tennessee and Houston also as a part of his Final Four. Let's take another commercial break, and then we'll line up a couple more special guests to get their picks. Also, if you want to get into the contest, you can call us at 317-1250, or you can get on our Facebook Live feed. Either way you want to do it, we'd love to have you in the contest. Thanks so much, and we'll see you back here in just a couple of minutes.
Second Chance with the Sweet 16.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like Well, like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey, cheesy, crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously. But as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
We filled the trucks so you'll save big bucks during the Lazy Boy truckload sale at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Look for the Lazy Boy truck in our parking lot. It's filled with Lazy Boy furniture at huge savings. Take advantage of big rig discounts of up to 50% off Lazy Boy recliners and motion sofas, Lazy Boy stationary furniture, leather, sectionals, and chairs. But quantities are limited. There's no reorders, no rain checks. So roll in before these savings roll out during the Lazy Boy truckload sale at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit. Like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite. Except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo today at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
The Angus Grill is your premier spot for the best burgers, cheesesteaks, and brisket sandwiches around. Join us for our unmatched variety of burger combinations, from the mushroom bacon Swiss burger to the jalapeno popper burger to the original Angus classic. Pair that burger with our amazing onion rings, tots, fries, or sweet potato fries. Angus Grill, with 4 amazing locations in eastern North Carolina, including Winterville near Pitt Community College, on Jarvis Street in uptown Greenville, and on Statensburg Road near the hospital. It's the best burger around, guaranteed.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show. Once again, it's the second chance with a Sweet 16. A $100 Visa gift card is up for grabs, courtesy of our good friends at Greenville Auto World. We've got lots of pizza to give out as well. We want to get you in the contest. You can call us at 317-1250, or you can go on our Facebook Live feed and type in your picks there. We've got some special guests, and we continue on with that. And right now, our good friend Billy Weaver, formerly from WIT, and now he's out. I'm not sure what he's selling these days, but he's out selling something for sure. Weaver, how you doing?
Doing good. Out in our old stomping grounds today.
Oh, where's that? Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake.
Yep. There you go. You got it. All the above.
Yeah. You were the greatest punter to ever come out of Princess Anne?
Yeah, First Colonial.
First Colonial. Always mix that up. Yeah, First Colonial, the Patriots of First Colonial. Yeah.
I always thought that I would go to Princess Anne because Princess Anne was actually closer to my house than First Colonial. But the way they drew up the districts, that put me in the Beach District down at First Colonial. I lived in, for those folks that know, the Kings Grant area, which was really close to Princess Anne. But, hey, do you know a famous alum from Princess Anne?
Famous alum from Princess Anne?
Hmm?
No, who?
Curtis Strange.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize he went to Princess Anne. That was even before my time.
Sure did. There you go.
I know he went down to Wake Forest for college, and then he lives down in Morehead City and has a lot of Eastern North Carolina ties, of course, with the Big Rock. But, yeah, well, that's some good trivia. All right, Weave, here you go. You got in the South, you've got Alabama, San Diego State, Creighton, and Princeton. Who are you picking there?
Oh, well, Do you want to go? I got Alabama over San Diego State.
All right.
I think Alabama's one of the fastest teams in the country. I don't think San Diego State will be able to hold up with them. Who is it? Creighton and Princeton?
Yeah.
Got Creighton over Princeton. I think Creighton's probably starting to play like that top 10 team that they were projected to at the preseason.
Okay.
But then got Alabama coming out of that bracket.
All right, so Alabama is your pick, and they are a unanimous pick. Everybody in the contest has Alabama in the South. All right, in the East, you've got Florida Atlantic, the Owls against Tennessee, and Kansas State against Michigan State. What do you see there?
Tennessee, man, they just manhandled Duke.
They did.
They kind of played bully ball with them, but they're really good all around, but I think they're just a big physical team, and I think they're going to bully FAU in that one, so I'll take Tennessee.
All right.
And then I think I'm going to go with, I guess my upset of the Sweet 16 is Michigan State over Kansas State, because obviously Michigan State's the higher seed in that one, so I guess you could call that an upset. I think it's going to be a tough battle, and I think a lot of people are kind of torn on this one, but I'm going Michigan State.
All right. And Tennessee, Michigan State, who wins that one?
Tennessee coming out of there. I like Tennessee. The Vols look really good.
All right, Tennessee. All right, you and Gibby matching so far. There we go. All right, in the Midwest, you've got top seed Houston against the 5th seed Miami, the only team from the ACC still alive. Then you got Texas and you got Xavier. What do you think?
Going Houston. I like Houston if they can make it a half-court game and keep Miami from getting out and running. Miami's always got great athletes. They really do. They like to get out and run, but I like Houston. If they can stay healthy, man, there's Sasser, their leading scorer. If he can stay healthy throughout the rest of the tournament, he's been nagging with a couple injuries. As a matter of fact, if you remember at Minges Coliseum, he went out in the first half, and we didn't think we'd see him back in that game and came back in. He's a tough cookie, man, but if he stays in the games, I think Houston wins that one. I'm going Xavier over Texas, and I think that's going to be a high-scoring affair, but I like Xavier in that one.
All right.
And I like Houston over Xavier to get out of that bracket.
So Houston comes out of that bracket. And then we go to the West. You've got Arkansas and UConn in the first part of that bracket. And Gonzales, I said it again. I think I wrote it funny so it looks like Gonzales. Gonzaga and UCLA in that 3-2 matchup in the West. What do you got there?
That's so funny that you say that, because my wife and I were watching a game last night or the night before. I can't remember. All the games start to run together, but there was a Gonzales on the team, and she goes, wait a minute, they keep saying Gonzales. Isn't that team that everybody liked? And I was like, no, ma'am, that's Gonzaga. And she goes, oh, okay, so that's funny. But I've got Gonzaga over UCLA. You might remember last time they met in the tournament, Gonzaga hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer to advance to the national title game. So I'm taking Gonzaga in that one.
Okay.
And then UConn over Arkansas. I love UConn. I think that's a fun team to watch. And I'm going Gonzaga out of that bracket. I've always liked the Zags, and pulling for them again this year.
All right. Then you got in one semifinal, you got Alabama and Tennessee.
I think Alabama takes that one. I like Tennessee, and I think they're a really good team. I don't think they have enough for Alabama, so I'm taking Alabama.
And then you got Houston and Gonzaga in the other one.
Love Gonzaga, but I don't know if this is an emotional pick because of Kelvin Sampson. I like Kelvin Sampson. He's a North Carolina guy from right down the road in Lumberton. Because they played at Minges Coliseum, East Carolina. They're in East Carolina's conference. So maybe this is an emotional pick, but I'm going Houston.
Okay. Who wins the national championship then?
I'm going to take Houston.
Houston to win it all. Phi Slamma Jamma lives. Houston Cougars and total points in that Houston-Alabama national championship game.
I think that one's got the potential to have be up in the 70s or 80s, probably a high-scoring affair. Let me say 160.
160.
That sounds like a nice round number.
160 it is. Weave comes in with Alabama, Tennessee, Houston, and Gonzaga, and he has Houston to knock off Alabama for the national championship. All right, there you go, Weave. Appreciate it. What are you selling these days?
CeraVe. which is a skincare product.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gave us all the ladies at my house loved it, so we appreciate that. You gave us some samples and stuff. That was nice, and they all love it. So you're right.
We're very sample driven, and people love it. You can buy it anywhere: Walmart, CVS, Target, anywhere.
Or if you know Billy Weaver, you can get free samples.
Hey, come see me, man. I'll give you some. As a matter of fact, I'll give your ladies some more samples.
All right, we're looking forward to it. All right, Weave, thanks so much. Safe travels out there.
All right, we'll see you, man.
All right, there we go. Robert just wanted to know something about some of the other medicine that Weaver was selling. He already hung up. I can't ask him that. But yeah, he's got a different group that he's selling with now, so he's doing quite well for sure. All right, while we were getting Weaver's picks, Michael Proctor wrote in, and on the Facebook Live feed, he has Alabama, Michigan State, Houston, and Gonzaga, and he has Houston to beat Alabama with a total points of 158. So he is in the contest right there at 158 with Houston to beat Alabama. So the last two picks that have come in have Houston winning the national championship. Recapping what we've had so far, Alabama is a unanimous pick in the South. The teams in the South are Alabama as the 1 seed, San Diego State the 5, Creighton is the 6, and Princeton, the big surprise of the tournament, as a 15 seed in the Sweet 16. So you see where Alabama's getting most of their support. As far as the East, we've got a couple for Kansas State, a couple for Tennessee, a couple for Michigan State. So it's kind of spread out as far as that one goes. All right, we've got Ken Watlington on the line. We're going to put him in our contest. He was nice enough to join us to go through the brackets last week, so we want to put him on. Mr. Watlington, how are you, sir?
Doing good. Welcome back. How was the brisket?
It wasn't too bad. It was. You know what's funny about it? I'll tell this story while we're talking about it. You walk into the place and you really don't know how to order. They have like sandwiches and combos where you're thinking like, well, I'm out of town. I like to taste some stuff. But then they have like a sampler platter for like $100. So you don't want to spend $100 on the brisket. So I got like 5 slices of brisket and like 2 little things of ribs. Like maybe 3, they were 3 or 4 ribs twice. How much do you think that would be?
$42.
$56. They like their brisket. Yeah, it was a little. I was shocked by the total price that came out, and it was funny because the drink was only like $1.50 and the cornbread was $1. But yeah, we added it up pretty quick, and it was good. And it was worth. It was Terry Black's. If anybody knows anything about Austin, Texas, it was Terry Black's barbecue. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was worth. It's one of those things that you know when you go out of town. You know, we've been down like to Birmingham for the barbecue down there and stuff, and some of the ones say like is it red, white, and blue? Is that one of the ones down there? They say that's more touristy, and this other place is more what people like, you know, that live there like. It sounded like Terry Black's was kind of both. I mean, everybody wanted to be there, but all the locals said that was, you know, one of the best ones. Like 2 or 3 that are really, really good. But yeah, that was a good time. All right, let's go through your picks now. In the South, you've got Alabama, San Diego State, Creighton, and Princeton. Who gets out of the South?
I picked Alabama to get out of there originally. They're still around. Let's go with the Tide.
All right, the Tide is in. In the East, you've got Florida, Atlantic, Tennessee, K-State, and Michigan State.
Originally, I had Duke winning the whole thing out of that. The Duke on. So I'm kind of conflicted between Kansas State and Michigan State. But I think I'm gonna go with Izzo. Izzo is just he comes alive in March.
He does. Historically, he comes alive in March, and he's got his team back in the Sweet 16. He's coming out of the East for Ken Watlington. In the Midwest, you've got Houston and Miami and Texas and Xavier. What do you see there?
Originally, I picked Texas on your show last week. I thought the Horns were going to make it all the way to the Final Four, but having seen some games now, especially last night, Jim Larrañaga and the Miami Hurricanes.
Wow. You're going to take Miami?
Yes.
Wow. First pick of Miami all show long. No, 2 picks. Somebody else had Miami. That was Chandler. Was Chandler? No, Robert. Robert had Miami. All right. So we got 2 picks for Miami out of the Midwest. And then in the West, what have you got? You got Arkansas, UConn, Gonzaga, and UCLA.
That's the best. Those 4 are the best 4 as far as a region still remaining. That's a lot of good teams in that region. Originally, I had UConn coming out of there, but I think I'm going to change my pick. I want to go with UCLA.
Okay, UCLA is the pick. All right, who wins between Miami and UCLA? It would be fun to see Larrañaga in the Final Four again.
That's right, because he went with
George Mason. Yeah.
That's right, 2006.
Yeah.
I got Miami. I'm on the Miami bandwagon.
Wow, you jumped off the Duke bandwagon. You didn't hurt anything when you jumped off the Duke bandwagon, did you?
No. I just sprained my ankle a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so you got Miami. Who's playing Miami, Alabama or Michigan State?
It's going to be Alabama.
Alabama. Who wins the national championship?
The U, Miami Hurricanes.
Wow. Miami. One thing about it, if Miami wins the national championship, you'll be our winner of our contest. What's your total points in the championship game?
It's going to be low scoring, 131.
131. All right. Ken Watlington. I got some good news for you, too. Friday night, no late newscast on the Big Nine.
I saw that. Can we talk to somebody? Can we get out of Thursday?
Yeah. What's the difference in Thursday and Friday? I mean, last time they said it was Duke, but Duke's not there anymore.
Duke's not there. Maybe it's I got nothing.
Yeah, maybe we can figure that thing out. Thursday night schedule, by the way, while we've got you, Michigan State, Kansas State on TBS at 6:30. Arkansas, UConn on CBS in the Big Nine at 7:15. Florida Atlantic, Tennessee at 9 o'clock on TBS, and then at 9:45 we've got Gonzaga and UCLA. So that game's slated to be over sometime around. CBS's coverage is expected to end about midnight on Thursday, so that puts the newscast in a late night. But we'll work on that. But then Friday's schedule: San Diego State, Alabama on TBS at 6:30. Miami, Houston, 7:15 on CBS. That'd be a fun game to see on CBS. Princeton, Creighton on TBS at 9, and then Xavier and the Texas Longhorns at 9:45. TBS, by the way, has the Saturday regional finals. They're late in the afternoon, early in the evening, and then CBS has the Sunday matchups. So that would be the Friday winners would play on Sunday, late afternoon and early evening on CBS. So TBS will have them on Saturday, and CBS will have them on Sunday. So there you go. All right, Ken Watlington, you're in the contest. We appreciate it.
Thanks, boss.
All right, we'll see you. We'll see you at work later if you're coming to work today.
I'll decide in a few minutes.
There you go. That's what they see. The big anchor man, they can do that. So they can decide if they want to work or not. They not like us little guys in sports, you know.
I know. Shouldn't you be calling him boss?
I know. I should. but I've been there so long with the, it kind of goes like that. All right, we got another commercial break to take. So we'll take our last commercial break. Again, if you'd like to get in the contest, we'd love to have you. 317-1250 or our Facebook live feed. And then we will go over the matchups as we sit here. We'll tally up some of the votes as well. Back with more after this.
Second Chance with the Sweet 16.
Hi, I'm Ken Hagler of Taft, and Hagler. We're proud to be sponsors of the Brian Bailey Show and the Pirate Nation on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. If you've been injured on the job or due to someone else's negligence in an automobile collision, call us at 752-2000 for a free consultation with experienced professionals who care. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growitpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to our show as we wrap up this edition of The Brian Bailey Show with our second chance with the Sweet 16. Let's go.
Second chance
there you go. Thank
with
you, Clip.
the Sweet 16.
Man, that's a classic. I can't remember what year Morgan Ehlers did that for us. I don't think his voice had changed when he did it, and it was so long ago. He did a great job, but that was a long...
He was only like 6'3".
Exactly. He hadn't quite grown up all the way yet, but that was good. Have you been out to spring football practice much so far, Clip? You're usually working.
I haven't been able to go at all.
Because you're working that time, but I didn't get a chance to go to the scrimmage. I was with the women's basketball team in Austin and didn't get a chance to go to the scrimmage, but I know that it's kind of different. It's got to be kind of different out there without Holton running around.
Without Holton, without Keaton,
Yeah.
CJ, Isaiah.
I know.
Joel,
Yeah.
a lot of folks.
Yeah. Who is in that offensive huddle?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll have to get Donnie K on here. Maybe get him on next week because there's a lot of questions to be asked as far as that goes. All right. As far as our contest is concerned, and we got about 4 or 5 minutes to go on our show, so you still have time if you'd like to get in. You can get in on our Facebook Live feed, and if you get in late, I will go back and check it and write those into our little notes as well. But if you want to get in, you're most certainly welcome to. All you have to do is answer the questions that we've been asking all show long. The South, the East, the Midwest, and the West in the NCAA tournament. What a tournament it's been so far. In the South, you've got Alabama playing San Diego State and Creighton taking on Princeton, and everyone in our pool has picked Alabama to make it to the Final Four. So no variations right there. Alabama, the unanimous pick to go at least to the Final Four. Now, some people picked other teams to win the national championship, but everybody picked Alabama to come out of the South region. In the East, you've got Florida Atlantic, who's headed to the American next season. We'll see them up close and personal next year. You've got Florida Atlantic, Tennessee, K-State, and Michigan State. Michigan State, the 7 seed, Kansas State, the 3 seed. So Kansas State, the Wildcats, are the highest seed left in that East bracket. And a lot of variation there from the people that called in. We've got votes for Michigan State. We've got votes for Tennessee. We've got votes for Kansas State. No one picked Florida Atlantic, although I think Florida Atlantic, I mean, they're pretty good. So I don't know if they can beat Tennessee good, but they're pretty good. It wouldn't be a total shocker.
How about Memphis blowing that game against Florida Atlantic the other night?
Yeah, that was something too.
Great game.
Yeah.
But just they blew it at the end.
Yeah, and I hadn't talked about my Virginia Cavaliers, how they blew their first round game, but man, that was disheartening. When you watch a team and you know, and I've joked about it so many times that my SAT score was like 300 points too low to go to Virginia, but I grew up, you know, as a Terry Holland fan, and you know, just watching them as a kid, and just, you know, I love Tony Bennett's great coach, but man, they get into a situation like that, and you know, I didn't play at that level obviously, but you know, if you've got the basketball and you've got a timeout and you've got, you know, a freshman across the court from you who's wide open, who really shoots free throws well, and Kihei Clark just chunked it, and the way he chunked it, didn't chunk it far enough, did he?
I mean, if you do that with 1 or 2 seconds left, you can get away with it, throw it in the air, you know. But with, 8 to 10 seconds left.
And it was almost like it was how they drew it up,
Perfect, yeah.
From okay, they're going to throw this long pass. We're going to pick it off here, and we're going to throw it here, and he's going to gun a 3. And, man, before you could shake a stick at it, it was through the hoop, and it was done. All right, in the Midwest, you've got Houston from the American as the top seed there playing Miami. I think that's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to that one. Texas and Xavier. As far as our pool is concerned, Houston got the most votes. Texas got several, though, but Houston is the pick as far as our panel is concerned. And in the West, you've got Arkansas, UConn, Gonzaga, and UCLA, and it was split pretty much evenly between Gonzaga and the Bruins of UCLA as far as the pick that goes there. Our national championship pick, Alabama, they got picked a couple of times. It looks like Houston, Gonzaga got picked there. It's all spread out, really. I mean, there's a whole lot of, Houston got 1, 2, at least 2. Texas got at least 2 in our balloting. Alabama got several, but there's no clear-cut favorite. And I guess that's how the tournament's been, hasn't it?
Eric Mazzell is in on Facebook, Bailey, if you want me to read that to you, if you want to check it out.
Yeah, go ahead and read that. Oh, there you go. All right, I got it right there. He's got Alabama, and he's got K-State. He did it exactly the right way. Thank you, Eric. Xavier. All right, and he's got UCLA, and he's got UCLA
losing
Alabama over UCLA, and his total points are 134, and that's Eric. Eric, thanks so much for getting in late. We appreciate it. We certainly do. We also appreciate our sponsors today, Greenville Auto World. Tim Sutton and those guys do a great job for us. We certainly appreciate all the help. Don't tell Tim, but I got him a little present from the women's tournament because he really is an East Carolina women's basketball fan, so I got him a little something there. So
he's a Jack Nicholson, right? He's a courtside women's fan.
Yeah. He loves it. So we picked him up a little something there, but he's been so supportive since he opened that store, sponsor of the Brian Bailey Show. So we certainly thank him for that. NCAA tournament resumes Thursday night, Friday night with the regional semifinals. Should be a couple of great days of basketball and, of course, Pirate baseball this week at Campbell. I believe that Gibby said Segra. I was trying to figure out how to say that stadium, but I think he said Segra Stadium. So that's coming up on Wednesday night for East Carolina baseball, and then
Chandler
George Mason.
Honeycutt will be there on tap.
All right,
Wednesday.
There you go. Good to see you, Chandler. You might get your help on that deal. I'm glad you're going to be down there.
Whoops. Sorry.
There you go.
Now you got to do more work.
Don't tell anybody. That's it. All right, that's our show for today. We'll probably talk spring football next week, but we'll let you know about that. Thanks so much for everybody that participated in the second chance with the Sweet 16. We'll update the standings next week as well. We'll see you back here next week on The Brian Bailey Show.
This has been The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Papa John's, Pepsi, The Rick House, Greenville Utilities, Taft and Hagler, Tiebreakers, and Greenville Auto World.
Join us next week for another edition of The Brian Bailey Show, right here on Pirate Radio. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM.